yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. For your love with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab it and take it. Cause we just want retribution. Let's go light up the darkness. Make true of an empty promise. With God in the weekend, harmless. Take to the streets and turn them to a mosh pit. Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution.
Hello, race fans, and welcome for the final time this season to the Asphalt Outlaws Racing. It's the Championship 5 here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, coming to you live on Rice Motorsports TV. Well, I tell you, it has been one heck of a season. We've seen some great battles on the track here, and I tell you, it's time to decide or to find out who this season 3 champion is going to be for this season. And I tell you, we're just excited to get it going. Can't wait to see how the race unfolds here. And of course, as always, we got to give a shout out to our sponsors. Thank them for their support all season long. That would be Sonic Graphic Design, The Winning Bid Diecast Auctions, and HCK Beagles. And folks, hey, it's that time, you know. These are the guys: Joe Yakes, Eric Hagdell, Mark Beverly, Jody Banfield, and Dougie Higgins Jr. Your top 5 in the standings. And it's pretty simple tonight, folks. Whichever one of these guys has the highest finishing order, whether it's win the race or not, you know, even if the highest of them is the second or third or whatever, whoever the highest finishing driver is, he is the season 3 champion. And I tell you, any one of these guys could be up there. I mean, I can't wait to see how this is going to unfold, you know, and it's going to be one heck of a battle, and I can't wait to see it. And I tell you, let's look at the race info for tonight here. And Atlanta Motor Speedway, perfect night for racing out there. 71-degree air temperature. Winds are only 2 miles an hour. And they're running the 70% fuel. They have 4 sets of tires tonight. The set they start with plus 3 additional sets. They only have the 1 faster pair to get to the end. They will have 3 opportunities for a green-white checker if it comes down to that. The stage break tonight is lap 25 of 115 scheduled at this mile-and-a-half facility. And as always, thank you for joining us all season long. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know, click that notification bell so you'll know every time we go live. And we still have a few minutes to go before we go to qualifying. There are 2 hot laps of qualifying, and we'll pause for a moment and hear from our sponsors, and we'll be right back. You're watching Asphalt Outlaws Racing, the Championship 5, here on Rice Motorsports TV. Okay, folks, we're back here for the Championship 5 here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. And just over a couple of minutes to go here. Let's head on down on the track here. And let's see who's out there. I see Cody Terlindi, race control. He's out there. You know, he's going to get a few laps in before the race begins. Shout out to Cody for all the hard work he's done all season long. And I'm sure it is definitely appreciated. And that's Dougie Higgins Jr. that right behind him. Currently second on the time charts there. Jody Banfield, he's out on track. He's currently 5th fastest. And most of the guys are in the pits. They're ready to get going to qualifying here. I see Charles Van Schiek is out there and turning a few laps. He must have just come in here. I didn't see him. I see Tyler Beverly in as well. There's a couple of guys that came in at the last minute here. Good to see them getting in for the race here. And looks like most folks are coming down pit road. There's Dougie making hit well. He's coming in pit road there and just kind of slid on in. And one final slide at the end of the season here, and before he heads up into the booth and get to work. Looks like we got about 17. Well, it's 17 trucks in the server, but 16 will be on track. Cody will be up in the control tower there. So it looks like about to roll over into. Well, there's Nicholas Lawrence going out with 35 seconds to go. Maybe he's just testing something out at the last minute here, make sure everything is working. Everybody else is on pit road. Kevin Winker, he's there. Rick LePage, he's in there. There's Jesse Wise. And, of course, Haas Beverly, one of the league owners there. Bill Hales. A lot of good drivers in here. Eric Hegdel, one of your championship contenders there. He's 7th quickest in the time charts. Of course, then Mark Beverly. And I tell you, all these guys, I just don't know. You know, it's so hard to, there's no telling how this thing's going to end. All those guys that are competing for the championship, it can just go either way. And so here we go, folks. Time for folks to get out there and get their hot laps in. And let's get somebody on track. I see some folks coming out. There's Nick Lawrence making his way out. Trying to stay locked in on him. Hopefully we can stick with him here. Makes his way out on track. He comes down to start his first hot lap here. Across the stripe. And the clock is running for Nicholas Lawrence. Well, I tell you, now he may not be competing for the championship, but boy, I tell you, he has definitely been a factor. He knows how to get up amongst those leaders. Coming around now and completing lap number 1. No times on the board yet. Let me bring the board timing tower up. Yeah, Joe Yates has already put a time up. Here goes Lawrence. Let's see where he slots in the provisional pole for the moment there with that 31.394. He just got bumped by Jesse Calloway, 31.390. And he just got bumped by Mark Beverly with a 31.194. Let's see, there's Joe, there's Lawrence coming around to finish his second hot lap. See if he picks up from that P4 starting position. Crosses the line. Does he improve his time? Yes, he did, up to P2. Joe Yakes looks like he's done. Jody Banfield's now on provisional pole, 31.04042. Excuse me. John Sciolino, he's got a time on the board there, 31.091, currently fifth fastest. It looked like that's his second hot lap there. Dougie Higgins Jr. currently P7 with a 31.362. Boy, he'd have to pick up over 0.3 of a second to get that pole position. He's come down to the stripe. Let's see if he improves his time. Then, yes, unfortunately, no. So he remains in the seventh position. There's a 69 there, Jesse Wise. Currently P8 with a 32.450. And let's see, does Jesse improve his time? Yes, he does, up to P7, 31.305 for the number 69. One of your championship contenders, Eric Hagel, no time. This may be his first hot lap as he comes around. Let's see if that's, yes, it is a time there. He's P6 at the moment, 31.115. So basically pick up about a 10th or two. You know, he might be able to do that, folks. He might just jump to the top of the chart here. Let's see what happens as he comes around. For the final time this season, finishing his qualifying runs. Does he improve his time? Yes, he does, all the way to the top, 31.028. Eric Hagel puts it on pole position. Tyler Beverly currently, no time for Tyler yet. This I think it may be the last guy to qualify. The last qualifier of season 3, coming down to the line for his first hot lap here. It's first time he's P10 with a 31.366. We'll see if he can improve that position there. Oh, and he loses it. And so obviously that won't be a quicker time. So, yeah, that will be it for his qualifying for the season as he comes around. And we have it looks like we have about 5 minutes more before we get the green flag to go racing. And of course, Tyler, he did remain in the P10 from that slide and everything. So we'll I think there may be a couple of other folks going out, but what we want to do is we want to grab one of the league owners here for a quick moment. I'm gonna I'll grab Mark here in a minute because I think they're actually having a drivers meeting. So we'll wait a couple of more minutes. I thought I heard somebody else out on track, but that was Charles Van Schaik, but he's already back on pit road. So we're in a couple of minutes, we're going to grab one of the league owners for a quick word. And so we'll be right back. Hey, you're watching the Asphalt Outlaws Racing here on Rice Motorsports TV.
We are back at North Wilkesboro, North Carolina, where the field is rolling out for the start of today's 400-lap race on this .625-mile racetrack. And just as the field comes all around turn number 4, the sunshine peeks through, helping warm things here. Bill Elliott leads him down. Benny Parsons on the outside. The green flag flies, and the first Union 400 Winston Cup race from North Wilkesboro is underway. Everybody nicely through turns number 1 and 2 as Bill Elliott has the lead, and Dale Earnhardt has jumped into second position, followed by Benny Parsons and Bobby Allison. Oh, here we go. It's just about to go away. They both coming out of turn 4. Earnhardt gets the lead. We had just heard from our spotters that Neil Bonnet. Dale Earnhardt is on his last lap. This will be his 24th career win. Dale Earnhardt wins the first Union 400 at North Wilkesboro.
Okay, folks, we're back, and I think they're just finished their meeting. Let's see. Not everybody's in the chat there, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab Mark real quick and bring him up here. Hey, Mark, Tony in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Tony.
Yeah, man, I tell you, man, it has been an awesome season, man. You've had some great racing out there, man. Congratulations on season 3 racing here. And I know you guys ready to get out there and go one more time this season.
Heck yeah, it's going to be fun here at the old Atlanta, 115 laps, choose up your tires. So it's going to be a real fun race here. We'll probably have some long green flags, but overall, it's been a great season. Really glad everybody could stick it out with us. Thanks to all the sponsors and everything. They help us out here, and thanks to you helping us out too. We needed a broadcaster, and looking forward to next season. So starting up in May. So hopefully, if anybody out there watching wants to join, look us up, and yeah, should be a good time.
10-4, man, and I tell you, good luck to you and everybody. And I know it's like I was telling the folks, man, I can't wait to see you. I mean, any one of y'all can get it, and it's just I know it's going to be a heck of a race, man. I know we can't wait. So good luck, buddy, and we'll talk to you later.
Absolutely, thanks, appreciate it.
Okay, now, okay, folks, and we've got about getting ready to roll over. So we're going to go ahead and pause real quick for our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Okay, folks, it is time to go racing, and trucks are getting out on the track here. Let's take a look at your starting lineup. Jody Banfield, Eric Hagdell is your pole sitter there. Jody starting right next to him there on row number 1. Starting third is Mark Beverly with Nicholas Lawrence fourth. Fifth is Joe Yakes. John Sciolino is starting in the 6th position. 7th is Jesse Calloway. 8th is Jesse Wise. Then 9th is Dougie Higgins Jr. Tyler Beverly, he rounds out the top 10. And Cody Terlindi, he's not actually starting 11th. He's race control. So 11th actually would be Charles Van Schaik. I think Charles, he didn't put down a qualifying time. The rest of these guys, they didn't as well. So 13th, 12th would actually be Bills Hales. 13th would be Kevin Winker. 14th, Edwin Schilling. 15th, Hoss Beverly. And 16th, Rick LePage. Making their way around now and getting ready for, it's only going to be 25 laps till they get to the stage break. We see some folks blinking. Nicholas Lawrence blinking quite a bit on the pace lap there. We saw him blinking during the practice session, and he is really blinking quite a bit. We'll see if that gets better or worse as the race starts. He may have to move to the back of the field. Coming now out of turn 4. Pace truck down on the pit road. Got a green flag for the final time this season. We are racing. They fly down towards turn 1. Hagel, he's in the lead there. Jody Banfield on the high side. Mark Beverly down on the inside. Nicholas Lawrence, he's in 4th, blinking quite a bit. Joe Yates is right behind him, followed by Jesse Calloway. Dougie Higgins Jr., John Sciolino battling. Banfield and Hagel, they're battling door to door coming out of turn 4. Who's going to lead lap number 1? Hagel's nose ahead at the moment. Looks like it. Oh boy, that was close. I think it was Hagel, yeah. So he led lap number 1, trying to make it 2 here. And it's all about the finish here, folks. Mark Beverly right there in 3rd. 3 of your contestants right there. Running 1, 2, 3. Well, actually 4. Joe Yates is right there. Jesse Calloway in the 5th position. Then we have Dougie Higgins Jr. He's the 5th and final contestant for the championship. Now in that 6th position. He's got Nicholas Lawrence right behind, right beside him actually there. And that's right behind him is John Sciolino. Boy, Lawrence is blinking very badly, at least from my end. He is. Let's jump on board with John Sciolino, and that's what he's, from what he's seeing, it possibly from his viewpoint. Now, there's a lot of room to move up and down, so it looks like it might be settling down just a little bit here. Hopefully, it will. Banfield finally did get ahead of Eric Hagel, so he's out front for the moment. And for the guys they're competing for the championship, it's not about getting bonus points for leading a lap or anything like that. They don't have to worry about that. It's all about where they finish. If one of your contestants wins the race, hey, he's a champion. And if somebody who's not competing for the championship wins the race, and like one of these guys comes second, they're the champion. And so, yeah. Oh, it looks like Lawrence now down on the inside. He's blinking quite badly. They might have asked him to maybe drop to the back of the pack there, which is kind of typical. That's what they tend to ask folks, if they're blinking pretty bad until it clears up. Now he's behind Evan Schilling. Man, boy, I tell you, these laps going by quick there. They're racing the lap 25. They're on lap 6 already. Wow. John Sciolino up on that high side. There's the 53 of Bill Hales trying to get past the 33. And he does. He's now into that 8th position. Charles Van Schaik right ahead of him. Then we have Dougie Higgins Jr. a little ways up in the 6th position. Jesse Calloway there in the 5th spot. Joe Yates, one of your championship contenders, or the top 4 championship contenders. Joe Yates, Mark Beverly, Eric Hagel, and Jody Banfield. Banfield now stretching out that lead a little bit here. He's all about, there isn't going to be no tomorrow now, folks. And he's all about just laying it out on the table and just going for broke. Still a long race. Eric Hagel, there's Mark Beverly. I tell you, those are some wily racers back there behind them. Boy, I tell you, they don't know the meaning of give up, and they're very crafty, I should say. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool. Going down the backstretch now, lap number 9. Hagel trying to move in a little bit. He's about almost about 4/10 behind Banfield, so he's just hanging in the place there. Got Mark Beverly and Joe Yates right behind him. So they continue along, and you know, this is kind of like we usually see. It's business as usual right now, and the usual suspects are right at the front. There's Dougie Higgins Jr., and now, yep, now all 5 championship contenders are in the top 5 now. Now that Dougie Higgins is right there. His 4 competitors, championship competitors, right in front of him. He's taking a bit of a high line there. Our starting lap number 12. Jesse Callaway, he's getting some pressure there from Charles Unshay. Trying to see if he can snag that 6th position. Everybody stretched out quite nicely here. There's Kevin Winker back in the 10th position. He's got John Sciolino right behind him. Evan Schilling's behind Sciolino. Nicholas Lawrence back there still blinking quite a bit. He's got Hoss Beverly behind him, followed by Rick LePage, 15th, and Tyler Beverly in the 16th position. Now on lap number 13, getting ready to start lap 14 as the leader crosses the line here. Banfield maintaining that gap, a good half a second now between him and Eric Hagel. With Beverly still in that 3rd position. The top 5 are pretty much unchanged, but it's getting interesting here. Joe Yates, Dougie Higgins Jr. just moves ahead of the number 87, and taking a peek on the high side there of Mark Beverly as they come out of turn 4. Now 10 laps to go before the stage break. And that's going to, and of course, they're going to have to be very, oh boy, he gets right on the bumper there, Mark Beverly. They'll really have to manage those tires after the stage break. They'll don't know if anybody will actually change their tires or not. This they're going to have. It won't be 100 laps to go, but still, like a good 90 laps. So yeah. They're racing along. Banfield still in front. That gap now about 4/10 of a second. But the two of them have stretched out. You can see the gap. Now you see the gap between him and Eric Hagel. And then you got to go quite a ways back from Mark Beverly. And he got all kind of company here with Dougie Higgins Jr. and Joe Yates. Well, I tell you, Dougie Higgins, he is on a mission to move up to the front here, trying to make his way past the 13, and they're going door to door, coming out of turn 4. Not quite able to make that pass, and not careful. Joe Yates is going to take that 4th position from him. He's ahead of him now, going down the backstretch. In fact, Joe might make a move himself on Mark Beverly. trying to get enough momentum coming off the corner down on that inside line. The outside line works very good here to defend your position. And looks like Joe, he's about half a truck length ahead. Doesn't look like he's quite getting the drive off the corner that he needs, though, to complete that pass. And now Higgins, he's now coming up alongside the 87. And while they're doing all that there, here comes Bill Hales. He's kind of easing himself into the picture here. Banfield about 2/10 ahead of Eric Hagel up front. Bill Hales watching these guys race along. And look at that, it's so tempting to go up in there, but you know that gap's going to go away in a heartbeat. Definitely not something to go for. And look at him taking a look on the outside, trying to squeeze past the 87, Joe Yakes. Bill Hales going for it. They're coming out of turn 4. Boy, I tell you, they're really flying in some close formation there now. Dougie Higgins Jr. now has actually managed to hold on. And, oh, he gave a little bump there to Mark Beverly. Oh, careful. And he's almost, I think he's actually trying to get control of his own truck there. You saw him get into the wall just a little bit. He's still continuing along, but he lost a few positions there. Now back to the 7th position. So that moves Charles Van Schaik now up into that 6th spot. Banfield up front. He's still holding on almost about a good 2/10 of a second ahead of Eric Hagel, but those two are there. Hagel is staying pretty close to the 98 there. We're now on lap 22, so the stage break coming up very quickly. Joe Yakes now firmly in that 3rd position for the moment. Mark Beverly is 4th. Bill Hales, he's definitely going for it, trying to see if he can get a little further up the field here. Dougie Higgins Jr., he's still back in that 7th position, has not fallen any further. He was really pushing hard there. Don't know if he kind of killed his tires a little bit or what, but he might actually have some damage there as well. Let's look at the right front. Oh yeah, he's definitely got some right side damage there for sure. So yeah, right now he'll just be going to make it to the stage break. We're getting ready to come around now and start lap number 25. Now, I'm not sure. I think in this league, I think they throw the caution after you completed the lap. Sometimes they throw it right when they start that lap, but I think they'll do it once they complete the lap number 25. Banfield there, Hagel has kind of dropped off a little bit. He knows the stage break is over. Joe Yakes there, Charles Van Schaik now in that 4th position. Jody Banfield has come around now out of turn 4. We're coming to what will be a caution flag here in a few seconds. And the stage break is over. So now we'll see who comes out here and, you know, if anybody's going to take on any tires right now, or is anybody going to stay out? That'll be interesting to see. The next time around, whoever's going to pit will probably come in and pit. Poor Nicholas Lawrence, I still see him blinking back there. And he might just have to ride along at the back. And so now he caught up to the pace car, or pace truck, I should say. So now let's see who comes in. I'm kind of thinking everybody will head on in. And let's see, yep, here they come, folks. Like the Pied Piper, leading everybody down pit road, the whole field coming in. No one is staying out. Yep, the entire field comes in. Down to their pit box there. Eric Hegel, now he's got the first pit stall there, and he does win the battle off of pit road. So Hegel will now be your leader on the restart, followed by Jody Banfield, Joe Yates. In that, did he beat Mark Beverly, or no? Looks like Mark Beverly moves ahead of Yates, so he'll restart in the third position. Then Joe comes in the fourth position. Charles Van Schaik getting up into that top five. Jesse Calloway, it looks like he'll restart in the sixth position. Seventh will be Bill Hales, John Sciolino eighth, Haas Beverly ninth, Nicholas Lawrence. It looks like he'll, we can't lock in on him because he's blinking quite a bit, but he'll round out the top 10. And Dougie Higgins Jr. back in the 13th position. He must have had a really slow stop there. Not sure what happened with Dougie. So he's got a bit of work to do to get back up through the field. Now they're all getting formed up behind the pace truck here. They'll probably should get the one to go next time around. See Jesse Wise making his way back down on the pit road. Charles Van Schaik is already in pit road there. He's just coming in. Charles Van Schaik making his way out. So they kind of like swap positions there. So they're coming around for the one to go. So it'll be lap 31 on the restart. So the stage break is over, getting ready to get the rest of the way underway. So take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're watching Asphalt Outlaws Racing here on Rice Motorsports TV. Okay, pace truck is in. Got a green flag and racing once again here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Once again, it's Hegel and Banfield battling for that lead position. Mark Beverly right there. Joe Yates, Jesse Calloway, your top five. Hegel trying to ease out in front of the 98 there. He slides right up there. Look at Joe Yakes trying to get right on the bumper there, Banfield. They race along here, 1, 2, 3. Mark Beverly right there behind him. Jesse Calloway having a good run now in that 5th position. He's followed by Bill Hales, who has a whole bunch of trucks behind him. John Sciolino, Dougie Higgins Jr. now up to that 8th position. So Dougie's trying to make his way through the field, get up there to where the leaders are, and being there's 1, 2, 3, 4. All the championship contenders are running in the top 4. So he obviously needs to get up to the top 5 to have any chance to compete with those guys for the championship win. And but right now, Bill Hales is just giving him all he can handle here, because all these guys are out there to race. Make no mistake about it. It's still Hagdell and Banfield just right there behind the number 11. And I'll tell you one thing. They're only on lap 35, but I tell you, this race is going to be over before you know it. Racing down the back stretch. Two distinct packs of trucks here. Oh boy, that was Haas Beverly, and Tyler Beverly is in front of him. Who was that behind him? I think it was maybe Evan Schilling, I think. They were all kind of close together there for a minute. Meanwhile, up in the front group here, it's still Hagdell, Banfield, Yates, Beverly, and Callaway. Now Jody, he's right there. He's not putting a whole. I mean, he's got pressure there on Hagdell, but I kind of think he's just kind of chilling out here for a little while. He doesn't seem to be looking like he's trying to make any sudden moves. And Dougie Higgins Jr. now in that 6th position. He's right in the middle of the 2 packs of trucks, and so he still needs to get going, get closer to the front there. He's just over 2 seconds behind your leader, so he can see them. Right now, he definitely doesn't have any pressure from the back, but as you can see, looking forward, he definitely needs to either try to pick up the pace or just save his tires to a little later in the stint here. And now it's going to be interesting also to see, now that the stage break is over, how far can these guys go on the I think it may be more of a fuel thing. You know, I'm not sure. I don't know if the biggest factor will be fuel or tires, but we'll see how things go here. Mark Beverly got a bit of distance now between him and Jesse Callaway. Definitely keeping in touch there with Joe Yakes in that 3rd position, who's really right there with the leaders. Eric Hagdell right there. Now a good truck length for sure between him and Jody Banfield. Banfield crosses the line to start lap number 41. Jody right now is just racing right along here in that lead position. Hagnell's right there as well. Joe Yates in that third spot. You can see Mark Beverly back there taking a peek out on that high side. And now Yates takes a little peek himself down on the inside of the 11. Now we haven't seen too many folks pull off a pass down on that inside line. The guys on the high side, they get a lot of drive off the corner. Yates trying to hang on. I don't think he's going to make it this time. He may have to go back and regroup. Let's see what happens here. He's trying to hang in there with Hagnell as they go down the back stretch. Mark Beverly's right there waiting for any opportunity. And he's going to look like he might pull it off here. He's got a nose ahead. Coming down to the stripe. He'll be scored in that second position. I think he'd like to move up to the high side, though, when the opportunity presents itself. Oh, boy, Hagnell going very wide there. That's going to leave the space that Yates needs to get up to that high side. So now he's up there probably where he would want to end up at. Mark Beverly was watching that whole thing unfold there. You see him come down to the line now to start lap 45. I'm pretty sure I'm almost expecting green flag pit stops. Not right away, because the was 25, so we did another 20 laps here now. But I'm wondering maybe in the next 10 laps or so will we start seeing some green flag pit stops. And who knows, maybe from somebody a little further back in the pack. There's Haas Beverly. He's in the 8th position. Jesse Weiss, he was up further earlier. Just lost a spot there to Charles Van Schaik. Kevin Winker up in the 7th position. And he's being chased by Haas Beverly there. He's running up a bit wide himself. Haas Beverly down on that inside line. That time around, wasn't quite close enough to make a move on Winker there. But you can almost see where the racing line is, where the rubber on the track is. You know, you get up in those marbles and stuff. Winker went up a bit high, but he did manage to carry good momentum off the corner. Looks like Nicholas Lawrence's blinking is eased up a little bit. And the minute I say that, he starts blinking again. And doesn't look like it's gotten too much better. And it may look different to the drivers on track. You know, what we're seeing, I don't know if they're seeing that. Callaway in that 5th spot, Hagnell now in the 4th position, Mark Beverly 3rd. And Joe Yates in that 2nd position. Jody Banfield continues to lead. Now he got beat off of pit road by Eric Hagnell during the stage break, but has since gotten back to the front. And like I said at the beginning of the race, I think Jody's just trying to drop the hammer now and just say, you know, there's no time to take it easy. Oh, we got us a caution here. Let's see. They threw a caution. Oh, I think it might have been a Haas Beverly, and he's just getting going on the backside there. And truck doesn't look too bad. It got a little damage on that left rear. He might have spun around or something. Let's go take a look here and see if we can see what happened. And we'll go with slow motion here. There's Haas Beverly and Bill Hale's kind of the meat and the sandwich there, and he's moving up. I wonder. Okay, now Nicholas Lawrence wasn't blinking at all, but I wonder if Haas could even see him up there. It looked like he just moved right up on the 8 like he wasn't even there, and so who knows? That you never know what might have transpired there, but because we can roll it back and look at it from. Let's see if we can lock onto Nicholas's truck here. We'll run it back slowly here. And let's see, where is there's Nicholas there, and we'll go on his hood cam there. And oh, let's see, the minute I tried to lock on him, we can't really lock on him. There he is. Okay. And I think so he's around there. Did he already hit him? He might have already made the contact. Or is that him down there on the inside, the 20? No, yeah, I think the contact had already happened. So, oh, there he is right there. Okay, we just couldn't see him in the shot. So he's coming along, and let's move it here a little bit. And he's racing along, and all of a sudden he just moves up. I don't know. Maybe he didn't know he was there. You know, that it's very possible that that's what happened there. And so it didn't look like it was too much of a hit. So he might be okay, and just need to. I don't think he'd have to burn. You know, they have the one fast repair, so I don't think he'd have to worry about that. And so it should be okay for the race. No one's really had to do a fast repair at all, really. So we'll go ahead. Let's go ahead and take it back live here. Of course, everybody came down on pit road, and let's see. Doesn't look like he burned a fast repair. Let's take a look here. Yeah, that damage is still there, so he went ahead and just did optional repairs, get as much done as he could. And now, let's see, Jesse Calloway looks like he won the battle off of pit road, and because everybody pitted on lap 50, all the folks that were up the front leading, they all came in on lap 50. So it's a little shake up in the order here. I think they're getting ready to come around. They're probably getting ready to get their one to go here. Let's where are my graphics at? Where's my track map? I don't see my track map for some reason. So your order on the restart, I think it'll be Kevin. I believe it. I'm not. Who is it? Kevin Winker or Callaway? I think it was Callaway. That I think he's opting for the inside line, and Kevin Winker, he's just nosed out front there for a minute, and Joe Yates, I believe, will be starting third with Banfield fourth. Beverly, Eric Hegdel, Dougie Higgins Jr. in that 7th position. At least he's up there right. He's close to the guys now. He's right there with all of his competitors for the championship. So he's right where he needs to be. So here they come now, getting ready to come out of turn 4. Let's see. Pace truck comes down on the pit road. Got a green flag. Racing is resumed. Oh, he got a little bit of wheel spin, a lot of wheel spin. Oh my goodness, he almost collected champion Dougie Higgins Jr. Almost got taken out. He's still going though. Man, that was close. Jesse Calloway, he's able to continue. That was super close. Wow. Let's go back and take a look at that real quick. We'll do it in slow motion, and you see he gets the green flag and he spins those tires hard. That truck's starting to get away from him, and now he's trying desperately not to run into Mark Beverly. Got a little tap there, and I mean, and you see Dougie Higgins Jr. got a little tap himself, and he almost went into the wall. But it looks like they were able to escape. Some serious damage there. Very close call there for Dougie Higgins Jr. and a bit of a close call there for Mark Beverly as well. But it looks like they're still alive here. A little bit of damage. You see some hood damage there on the 41 machine. Hopefully the truck is okay. Mark Beverly, he's racing along. Let's see. This truck looks like it's in a little bit better shape. A little bit of damage on that left rear. Not too much, just a little bit of a scrape probably where the 9 truck came in there. So got some folks coming down on pit road. Eric Hagdal, he's coming in. Dougie Higgins Jr. coming in. I wonder if Higgins is... He didn't look like he had that much damage. Let's see. He might burn his fast repair here, folks. Let's see what happens. And yep, there it goes. Dougie Higgins Jr. not taking any chances. He's got to do what he's got to do to stay up there with those leaders. Now, he was in 7th. Unfortunately, well, looks like he exits pit road, and he's still in 7th. Take that. Let's see. Yep. So it looks like he'll restart once again where he restarted the last time. And, of course, then now this time, Callaway, he's still on pit road. Wonder if he's just finished. Don't know if he burned a fast repair or not, but he's making his way out. Haas Beverly is on pit road. Oh man, his truck's not even running. I hope he got a bit of damage. He maybe just yeah, there he goes. He was just staying as long as he could to get as much of the damage fixed there. So it looks like Joe Yakes will be leading them on the restart. Jody Banfield in that 2nd position. I see Evan Schilling peeling off down pit road. It'll be Mark Beverly 3rd, Kevin Winker in that 4th spot. Charles Van Schaik 5th. Dougie Higgins Jr. now picked up a spot since Evan Schilling pitted, so that'll move him up to the 6th position. And that's definitely what he needs. You know, every opportunity to get closer to the front. And let's see what happens this time around. Lights are still on the pace truck, so they're going to have at least one more lap of caution here before we go green once again. So we'll take another chance to have a quick break here. And hey, you're watching Asphalt Outlaws Racing. It's the Championship 5 here on Rice Motorsports TV.
We are back at North Wilkesboro, North Carolina, where the field is rolling out for the start of today's 400-lap race on this .625-mile racetrack. And just as the field comes all around turn number 4, the sunshine peeks through, helping warm things here. Bill Elliott leads him down. Benny Parsons on the outside. The green flag flies, and the first Union 400 Winston Cup race from North Wilkesboro is underway. Everybody nicely through turns number 1 and 2 as Bill Elliott has the lead, and Dale Earnhardt has jumped into 2nd position, followed by Benny Parsons and Bobby Allison. will be his 24th career win. Dale Earnhardt wins the first Union 400 at North Wilkesboro.
Okay, folks, pace truck getting ready to come down onto pit road. It'll be lap 59 on the restart. There he goes, waiting for that green flag. We got a green and racing once again. Joe Yates, boy, he gets a good start, but Banfield gets almost a better start, and boy, they're neck and neck going down to turn one. Yates trying to keep that 98 behind him. Mark Beverly is right there. Jody Banfield drops in behind the 87 as they race down the back stretch. Mark Beverly in that third position, followed by Charles Van Schaik in that fourth spot. And look, here comes Dougie Higgins Jr. in the fifth position, trying to race his way back into contention here. For Eric Hagel, he is way down the order in the 11th. The number 11 is in the 11th position. It's almost like he's traded places with Dougie Higgins Jr. Got some work to do to get right back up to the front here once again. Joe Yates, meanwhile, continues to lead Jody Banfield. Mark Beverly is staying ahead of the 23 there, Charles Van Schaik. Dougie Higgins a little bit further back there in that fifth spot. But these guys are kind of where they need to be right now. We're at lap 61 now, 115. And let me see, did I see? That might have been Nicholas Lawrence, and we'll jump back to Kevin Winker. I think let's go on his roof cam here. Now he's right behind Nicholas Lawrence, and oh boy, he's not anywhere close to the number 8, but Lawrence continues to do quite a bit of blinking there. Jody Banfield right on the bumper there of Joe Yates, letting him know he is right there. You don't need to worry, you don't need to look in your mirrors, because you know I'm right here. And now he's taking a little peek. Oh, it just edged out just a little bit there. Either thought about maybe making the pass or getting a little air in that radiator. And you can see, look at the gap that they've already opened up. Jesse Calloway leading the second group of trucks. And you can even see on the track map how much of a gap now has formed between the top 5 and the folks from 7th place on back. Nicholas Lawrence, he's in that 6th position. Folks are giving him a bit of a wide berth there. Charles Van Schaik having a good run up in the top 5 here, currently running in that 4th spot, challenging Mark Beverly for the position. And he does take it from the 13. Charles Van Schaik now in that 3rd spot. And Jody Banfield, meanwhile, has trying to wrestle away that lead position from Joe Yates. And he moves ahead of the 87 back into the lead. Jody Banfield flexing his muscles here tonight at Atlanta. Joe Yates trying to fight back once again. Oh man, it just door to door going through turns 3 and 4. You can almost see where this is leading, folks. Now lap 68 of 115. Unless somebody does something. Look at Dougie Higgins Jr., where he's gotten by both Charles Van Schaik and Mark Beverly, now in that 3rd position. So now he's setting sail for the top 2. As you know, it's a different kind of feeling, folks, when you know that it's championship night, and there's no tomorrow. There's no, well, we'll just collect enough points and and try to have a good night and come bounce back next week and stuff. There's no next week. It's all right here tonight. Dougie Higgins Jr. Avoided some calamity back there, that last caution. Jesse Calloway got quite a bit of wheel spin and got into him and into Mark Beverly. And in a way, you still got to give kudos to Jesse Calloway. I mean, he did a heck of a job trying to save that truck and keep it from being a serious pileup and collecting some championship contenders and other drivers. Here's that second group back here. There's Tyler Beverly now in the 9th position. He's right behind Eric Hagel, who's now moved up about 3 positions now into the 8th position. Still a lot of racing to go, so you know he's definitely has time. And you know, they all pitted. Looks like you see Eric, he pitted on lap 55, and see Dougie Higgins Jr. pitted on 55. Banfield and Yates, and they pitted on lap 50 along with Charles Van Schaik and Mark Beverly. So there's a little bit of a mixture here of who pitted and when there. So I wonder if some of these guys actually, they might have stayed out during that caution to regain that track position. Joe Yates, meanwhile, up the front and trying to hold on to that number 98 Jody Banfield. He's a couple of tenths behind the 98 at the moment. Dougie Higgins Jr., you know, he's not in striking distance right now, but he's right up there where he needs to be. And I think he's running that high line. I think he's trying to do his best to save those tires as much as possible, because he knows he has nothing to, well, in a way, he has nothing to lose. You know, at some point you got to go for it, but he's trying to, you know, you can't just go, push those tires as hard as you can right at the beginning of a fuel run here, especially when that truck's heavy with fuel. Now Charles Van Schaik is getting pretty close to the 41 once again here. Charles, he's been having a good run out here tonight, and hey, for him, it's just a race like any other race. He's out there to try to win, and he's obviously going to try to do that. Right now, Dougie Higgins Jr. is managing to keep that 23 behind him. Mark Beverly dropped back a little bit, and this may also be a strategy, him just, you know, not trying to fight too hard right now. Still a bit more racing to go, trying to conserve those tires. And they'll probably, if it were to stay green, it's probably going to be another green flag pit stop. And in a way, it's almost the sequencing and the timing of it. When you pit and when not to pit. You pit too soon, you might run out of tires as you get toward the end of the race. If you pit too late, you may have fresher tires, but you may not have enough time to make up for the positions that you've lost on the green flag pit stop. Now, of course, if it's if it's like a caution at the end, yeah, it's all bets are off. Joe Yates trying to get up alongside the number 98 Jody Banfield. Dougie Higgins is right there as well. And looks like Jerks, he's got that truck in the lead, sort of. He had his nose down there for a minute, trying to get some good momentum coming off of turn 2. Boy, they're just neck and neck going down the backstretch. Let's see if he can complete that pass here. Going through turns 3 and 4, boy, you can kind of see Banfield just kind of have a little bit of a surge. And, man, he just has a strong line off the corner. Hasn't quite shaken the 87 yet, though. I mean, they're just going at it. Now, I wonder what this is doing to their tires. Look at Charles Van Schaik getting a rather close to the 41, Dougie Higgins down on the inside. Dougie, he's watching these guys battle for the lead. He's got to be careful. No, that inside, he's doing like Jody Banfield, really riding that high line, trying to keep that momentum up there. Maybe taking a page from his book. Say, hey, Jody's managing to fight off Joe running that high line. I'm going to stay right behind him. Carrying a lot of momentum off the corner. You can see it. You can see Charles Van Schaik slide right behind him once again. And I would imagine that's easier on your tires than having that inside line lap after lap, and especially staying down on the inside all the way through turns 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. That's got to be putting more wear on your tires in the long run. We'll see if Dougie and Jody, we'll see how long they keep this up. Mark Beverly quite a ways back now. Not so far that he can't see the leaders. And he's right there watching those guys duke it out. And you never know. Sometimes they'll go and, he may go as far as he can go on those tires or as far as his fuel will carry him. He could be doing two things here, trying to save the tires and trying to conserve fuel as much as possible as well. Joe Yates looks like he just about cleared the 98, not quite. Higgins still in that third position. Three of your 5 championship contenders, Yates, Banfield, and Higgins Jr. duking it out here at Atlanta. Well, I tell you, Joe Yates, he has not given up on that inside line. Wow. He is just sticking. He is determined that he's going to stay right next to the 98 there. And he's still right there. He just can't get ahead of him. Now he does. He's finally able to get up there in that high groove. He may be glad about that too. I mean, you do drop down a little low going through the turn, but you want to let that car, in some ways, let the car go where, or let the truck go where it wants to go. Don't fight it down on that low line if it wants to move up coming off the corner, which is naturally what it would want to do with your momentum that you're carrying. Now he's got the room to do it, and boy, he's gotten in front, and he's jumped up to a 3/10 lead with Charles Van Schaik in hot pursuit. He was back there hanging behind Dougie Higgins Jr. And now, if Joe is able to keep the 23 ahead of him, Charles Van Schaik is a good buffer between him and the other championship contenders. That would be perfect for Joe Yates at this point. Jody Banfield still in that third position. We got somebody coming down on pit road. That's Kevin Winker, green flag pit stop for the number 42. And so it begins, folks, here on lap 83. Green flag pit stops are underway. And, did he overheat? Oh, he overshot just a touch. I saw him back up just a little bit. And tires of fuel going in the number 42. Left side's going on. And 16.1 seconds. And there's Mark Beverly now making his way in. Beverly now in his pit box. And he pitted before the rest of your leaders are still out there. And this might take him to the end of the race here, folks. I'm sure he's got it packed as full, at least 70% full, as much fuel that will go in the truck So he obviously loses a lap in the green flag pit stop. Joe Yates, your leader. Now all these guys obviously going to have to pit. Charles Van Schaik second. Jody Banfield battling with Dougie Higgins Jr. And the way I feel about it, it's like anybody that you know you're competing with, if they, whether they're in front of you or behind you, if you see them pit, to me it almost seems like you got to go as close to them as, because the longer you stretch it out, you know, like I said earlier, you may come in, you have those fresh tires, but their tires have been fresh all this time and they've been catching up to you. And unless you have a serious gap where you can come in and pit and still retain the lead or retain a good position, after a while you do run a risk of getting jumped by somebody who was behind you. So it'll be interesting to see. Yates, he's still out front. Jody Banfield, we just saw Dougie Higgins and Banfield there. And Nicholas Lawrence, he's still racing along. And looks like maybe he's running out there clear by himself. Maybe it looked like his blinking has definitely cleared up quite a bit. Jesse Calloway in the 6th position. Eric Hagdahl now in the 7th spot. Still quite a bit of work to do. He's obviously going to have to pit before this race is over. And your leader's going down into turn 1 and 2 now, and he's just crossing the stripe. It might be a little bit of a tall order. He might need a caution flag to bunch things up at the end to give all these guys a fighting chance. Rick LePage down on pit road, only one on pit road at the moment. While he's on pit road, and here comes your leader, Joe Yates. He will relinquish the lead to Charles Van Schaik. Jody Banfield sticking right with Yates. He is not going any further. Dougie Higgins Jr., he does stay out, get that 2nd position. So now I guess the question will be, how long will he stay out? And it looks like it was one more lap. And now he comes in. Van Schaik is right ahead of him. He was the leader. They're gonna Nicholas Lawrence actually inherited the lead as those two pitted. Oh, he's starting to blink a little bit again. And Evan Schilling now in the 2nd position. John Sciolino 3rd, but these guys are all gonna have to pit. There's Dougie Higgins Jr. getting his work done. And he already used his faster pair. So the truck is should be in good shape there. And left side's going on now. And that was 15.1. That was a little bit better stop. And he's down and away. Currently 8th, 7th position looks like on the exit. Because Lawrence and Schilling, they just pitted. John Sciolino is still out. Jesse Wise, Mark Beverly. Jesse Wise, he's now coming in. Sciolino, he's running first at the moment, but he will have to pit here very shortly, and that should cycle Mark Beverly up to the lead. And Joe Yates, they're all coming around. That was Nicholas Lawrence on pit road. Now Sciolino's on pit road. Mark Beverly will slide up into the 1st position, and Joe Yates will also move up to the 2nd spot as soon as they come around and pass Sciolino, who's still going down pit road, has yet to get to his pit box. So Yates, he's coming around. Mark Beverly already coming around. He's coming down to the line. Now he just moved into 1st. Yates will move into 2nd right now, and he is he is 4.2 seconds behind Mark Beverly with 24 laps to go. Jody Banfield is not too far behind Joe Yates. In fact, he's only like a good half a second. Charles Van Schaik right there behind Jody Banfield. Now Charles, he's had some good pace. Jody's going to be trying to catch Joe, and of course they're both trying to catch Mark Beverly, but Charles could come up there and be a bit of a spoiler if he starts mixing up with those two. Dougie Higgins Jr. is a bit further back. He's like 9 3/4 seconds back from your leader, and 23 laps remaining. If it stays green, nobody else is pitting in. It's just up to the guys now. It looks like we got Mark Beverly in the lead, Joe Yates, Jody Banfield, 3 of your championship 5, and then Dougie Higgins Jr. in 5th. That's 4 of them. And let's see, where is he? Eric Hagel. Unfortunately, he has dropped back to the 12th position. So things are not going that great for Eric. He pitted on lap 89, so he's good to go to the end of the race, but he's just not in position. And if he were up there, you know that he could give him a go, because he's definitely has the ability to be up there and race hard. But right now, he just lost the position at 13th. So something, I don't know if it's something with the truck or it's just not working. That truck has a little bit of damage on it, so things aren't working out 100% right for Hagel. He is definitely falling down the order. Something is off for sure. Further up, there's Dougie Higgins Jr. in the 4th spot. The closest contestant he's looking for is Jody Banfield, who's right behind Joe Yates. Boy, he's dropped that. It was a half second. Now it's down to a couple of tenths. Joe Yates is right there, and his gap was like 4 some seconds. Now it's just a hair under 2, 1.8 seconds. Joe is right there. Mark Beverly's right there. There's nobody between the top 3. Beverly's right there. He's got 2nd and 3rd place Joe Yates and Jody Banfield right there behind him with Charles Van Schaik in tow. And 19 laps to go. Can Mark Beverly hold on and keep an eye on those gaps? It's 1.3 seconds. It's coming down a little bit at a time. Yates trying to work in on the 13. And I'm sure, I don't know if he's trying to nurse those tires now, or is he, because now, well, look at that. It is coming down. It's like under a second now. Joe Yates is definitely putting the hammer down for sure. And right now, he's got the gap is 3 tenths between him and Jody Banfield. And like I said before, Banfield kind of has his hands full with Charles Van Schaik. He can't focus 100% on Joe Yates. He's got that 23 filling up his mirrors there. Dougie Higgins Jr. is a bit further back. He's not getting close enough to make a difference here if it stays green to the end. A good 6 seconds back from your leaders. Mark Beverly, oh my goodness, Joe Yates is right there, folks. With 17 laps to go, that is a lot of laps. Joe Yates taking a look down on the inside. And it looks like we haven't seen him make a pass that quick on the inside. And he kind of just eases right on past the number 13 there. Joe Yates into the lead. Mark Beverly in that 2nd position. And look, here comes Charles Van Schaik. He got past Jody Banfield. Jody, he was up there leading a ton of laps. And Charles Van Schaik, he's been saving something here tonight. Now 15 laps to go. Closing in on the 87, and like I said at the beginning of the race here in this broadcast, the championship contender, he doesn't have to win the race. He's just whoever has the highest finishing order. Right now, Mark Beverly, he's in that 3rd position. Joe Yates, he's in 1st. He might fall to 2nd, but if he's ahead of Mark Beverly, Jody Banfield, Dougie Higgins, and Eric Hagel, then he'd be the champion. I mean, it'd be winning the championship in style if he can win the race, but I don't know for Charles Van Schaik. He is looking very, very strong here at Atlanta. Now 14 laps to go. They've got who is that? That's Eric Hagel. That is Eric Hagel that's in danger of going a lap down. So, barring a caution and some extremely lucky maneuvering through a restart, I don't see how Egdal has any chance at the moment to get anywhere close to continue to compete for the championship. Looks like Van Schaik now moving down on the inside of Joe Yates, and Joe knows that his battle really isn't with that 23. Sure, he'd love to win the race. And right now, the gap that they have, look at Mark Beverly, how far back he is. It kind of gives Joe the opportunity to just go ahead and crank it wide open here with 12 laps to go and go for the double honor here tonight, winning the championship and winning the race. But he's got to make sure that he doesn't wear out his tires just trying to win that race from the 23, even though he's got a good gap between him and I start to say Mark Beverly, but Jesse Wise is in between him and Beverly. Jesse Wise is not on the lead lap. So now Joe has a bit of a buffer. Like we said earlier in the race, it was Charles Van Schaik who was the buffer, I believe. And but now he's got a buffer there in Jesse Wise, who's not too far behind him. And then we have Mark Beverly a little bit further back. Mark Beverly and Jody Banfield running third and fourth. Dougie Higgins still in that fifth position, but quite a ways back. And his gap is just not coming down. It's still just a tick over 6 seconds, so he's just not making up the time that he would need to. And 10 laps to go. Charles Van Schaik now a good 3/10 ahead of Joe Yates, so definitely making good progress here. Eric Hagel is just over a second ahead. He's gaining on him very slowly here. So he's racing along, and Joe Yates behind him is might as well call it 4/10 of a second. Doing pretty good here. Now 8 to go. Joe Yates, I wonder if he did he back off to try to cool those tires a little bit, try to save something in reserve. He still has Jesse Wise as a buffer between him and Jody Banfield, who's several seconds back. It looks like Jody's able to stay ahead of Mark Beverly in that fourth position. Dougie Higgins Jr. remains in the sixth spot. Jesse Calloway is sixth. And he's battling with Nicholas Lawrence. Still he's been blinking all race long. And folks have been able to deal with it. And Bill Hales in the eighth position. We have Evan Schilling. Ninth, Tyler Beverly rounds out your top 10. It looks like he might be on pace to score a top 10 finish here. John Sciolino, several truck lengths behind him. Kevin Winker, he's in the 12th spot. He's right ahead of the 73 there. Rick LePage, Hoss Beverly 14th. And Eric Hagel, like I said, he's only about a second or so away. Actually, maybe 3/4 of a second away from going a lap down. With Jesse Wise, he's up there behind both, your leader. Well, actually, he's behind second place, Joe Yates. And Charles Van Schaik crosses the line. 5 laps to go. Joe Yates now if Charles wins the race, obviously we're going to have him in the victory circle in the booth there to interview him, of course. But we'll probably start with him and then work our way to the championship, the top 3 in the championship. But he definitely putting on a good, strong performance here tonight. Now 4 laps to go. Joe Yates. Now Joe Yates is right there. That gap is about, what to say, about half a second. So hold the phone here, folks. Hey, you know what they say, it ain't over till it's over. They cross the line, it is 3 to go. Only thing Joe has to do is keep it between the white lines, that will keep it between that inside line and the wall, keep it off the wall, keep it on track. He might, I don't know if he reel in Van Schaik for the win here. That gap is remaining at half a second here, not really coming down. In fact, it's going up once again. Now it's about 7/10. Van Schaik comes down to the line. It's 2 laps remaining. He'll get the white flag next time around. Charles Van Schaik looking for a win here tonight at Atlanta. Last opportunity of this season to get one. There he is. There's Joe Yates. The gap is actually still going up once more, about 3/4 of a second between the 87 and the 23. Jody Banfield's quite a ways back. Doesn't look like he'll play a factor. Charles Van Schaik crosses the line. White flag is in the air. One more lap for him and potential championship winner there, Joe Yates. And actually, now that we've started the final lap, even if there were a wreck or anything, it would be no caution. So now it's just a couple of turns to go. One driver will be celebrating a race win, one driver celebrating a championship. Charles Van Schaik moving up 11 positions from the start of the race. He'll take the win here in Atlanta, and Joe Yates takes 2nd position and the Season 3 championship. Congratulations to your championship winner there, Joe Yates, and race winner, Charles Van Schaik. And both these guys are going to come down there, and I know they're both going to have some celebrating to do. Jody Banfield will be the first runner-up for the championship. And then looks like Mark Beverly snagged 4th position, so I believe he'll be the third place in the championship. Yates, Banfield, and Beverly in the championship contest. Meanwhile, Charles Van Schaik is out there celebrating, and deservedly so. There's Joe Yates celebrating championship win. 2 guys out there feeling pretty good right now. And they're going in opposite direction. What's going on here? He's still doing some sprinting there, Charles. Joe is I'm sorry, what they used to call it, folks? Polish victory lap? I believe Alan Kulwicki made that famous. That may be what Joe is doing right here, perhaps, as he goes around. And while he's doing that, let's see, Joe is already in the booth there, so we'll get... let's go find Charles here, and we'll get him and the other guys up there as well. Is Charles in here? I don't even see Charles. He may have to join the server and then hop in. Oh, there he is. He made it. Jody Banfield is there. So it's now we just need Mark. Where's Mark at? Mark Beverly. We'll move him up there, and I believe that is everybody. So we'll hop on down to the booth here. Okay, folks, we're down here. We're down here with your race winner and also the top 3 in the championship. And we'll start with the race winner, Charles. Hey, Charles, you got a copy? Hold on a second, Charles. Let me turn your volume up. Let me check your volume in Discord. 'Cause I can barely hear you. Say something again.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, 10-4, man. Hey, man, I tell you, congratulations on that win, man. You were running strong out there tonight, and really had something for him, man. Congratulations.
No, I appreciate it. trying to just stay behind everyone and, you know, save tires, but then I just found myself getting too many runs, and I just didn't want to get into the back at any of the top three the way I was getting runs, so I just stayed all the way to the bottom to get around. So, but it was a clean race, you know, all the way around. Appreciate, you know, the admins and everyone. Asked them if I can run tonight because I haven't been as active with my hockey schedule, so, which once I'm done here, I'll be flying to the hockey rink, so.
Yeah, I remember you one time mentioning that in the league server there and stuff. Yeah, so yeah, glad you could make it, man. And was this your first win this season?
Yeah, and here was my first one.
All right, man. Good way to finish out the season, man. Congratulations. Anybody else you want to give a shout out to?
I mean, obviously the Beverleys put on a good league. I wish I could be more active. Cody for Race Control, you putting the broadcast on. And the other admins, you know, and then a couple of my sponsor RCSM and Global Strategy Team, MDR Designs, who does all my paint schemes, and Jack's Racing Collectibles. And I'll be looking to do some sponsorships myself with my new company that I'm started with Goat Racing and Diecast.
10-4, man. Well, congratulations again, and hope to see you back next season.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Okay, and folks, now we're going to move on to our third place finisher in the championship. That would be Mark Beverly. Hey, Mark, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you. What's up, Tony?
Man, I tell you, good racing, just like all season long, man. Good racing, man, and you know, you got to that championship round. You did everything you had to do to get there, and so congratulations on a successful season.
Yeah, thanks. I just tried to jump him a little bit to see if that would work out because I had a little bit of damage from when that restart caution happened there.
Yeah.
It kind of hit me on the spoiler, so it was a little bad. So I was just trying to keep with him until I could pit to make that last stop, that last run there. But yeah, they ended up catching me. I should have maybe held out a couple more laps, maybe had a better shot at it. But Joe and Jody were both fast this evening, so I don't know if I would have had anything for him either way. But I figured I'd try something different. Maybe I'd get lucky.
10-4, man. I think, yeah, you and Dougie were pretty lucky anyway. You know, I think, wasn't it Jesse Calloway had the wheel spin, but he did a heck of a job not piling into everybody. He was trying to save it. And was it you that he tagged a little bit, or was that somebody else? I know he
got me a little on the left rear.
Yeah, but he did a heck of a job, man. And so you guys can keep on racing till the end, till the checkered flag. But yeah, congratulations on that third place finish. And well, I know you'll be back raring to go next season.
I'm gonna try my best. I'm not as good at, I don't feel like, with the Xfinity cars, but they're really fun to race, so I'm looking forward to it for sure.
10-4, man. Well, congratulations again. We'll see you next season.
Absolutely. Thanks to everybody out there watching, sponsors, everybody. Thanks for you. So appreciate it.
Absolutely. Hey, Jody, you got a copy? Oh, let me check your volume here. Let's see. Let me write. Yeah, your volume's all the way up. Mic check. Can you hear me, Jody? Oh my goodness, I can't hear you at all, buddy. I can see your light. You're lighting up when you say something, but it's not coming through. There's nothing else I can do on my end. I've got your volume turned up. There we go. Yeah, okay, there you go. Hey, man, I tell you, you led so much of that race tonight, and I tell you, you really put up a good fight, man, and only came up a little bit short there at the end, man. But congratulations on a great season, man.
Yeah, thank you. Congrats to Joe. For some reason, with that new fuel thing where you can auto-select, I should have not auto-select because I had to save gas at the end for some reason. But I think Joe had me anyways.
Yeah, I heard something about that, and I mean, it's been so long since I've actually driven. What does that do, this auto-select? What is that supposed to do?
I guess it just gives you enough to get to the end, but I know from now on not to use it.
Oh, yeah. So it tries to estimate what you'll need to put in there automatically and stuff.
Yeah, and I was like 5 laps short as soon as the run started, so I knew I was in trouble.
Right, hey, man. Yeah, too bad you can't calibrate that thing the way you want it to be to make it a plus or minus a lap or two or something. But anybody else you want to give a shout out to?
The Beverleys, and then congrats to Joe again, and all the guys that run in the league. Good season. We'll see you next year with the Xfinity car.
Absolutely, man. It'll be fun. I can't wait to see it, man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hey, Joe, you got a copy.
Yes, I do.
Man, happy times here, man. Congratulations,
Absolutely.
man. I tell you, I was thinking to myself, I wonder if Joe gonna try to go for the double here to win and the championship. But hey, you obviously kept looking at that bigger picture and like, hey, I can't mess anything up now, man. And it looked like you were kind of giving it a go there, like 2 or 3 to go, and like, I don't know if you're gonna try to get up there or not. But man, congratulations. And I mean, you've been strong all season anyway. And like everybody said, man, and give credit where credit's due. And that's the name of the game. That's how all of y'all got up here: consistency and just putting in good performances week in and week out, and just having good luck too as well. Everybody got to have a good little racing luck there. But man, congratulations on that championship, man.
Yeah, thank you so much. Like, this race was an absolute blast tonight. It was all about tire saving, and Jody and I, we were just, the gloves were off. We were side by side for like it felt like forever.
Wow.
Just who's gonna fight for it, and then the pit stops, and then I cycled out in the pit stops, and I saw Mark up ahead, and it's like, all right, let's take care of the tires, and then I saw that the 23 had pit a lap back after me. I knew he had fresher tires. When he got the run, I was just like, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna ride in your draft, and we'll just keep saving those tires. Maybe we'll have something for him at the end. And we just didn't. But you know what? At the end of the day, I didn't need to beat the 23 tonight. I had to beat Mark, Jody, Eric, and Dougie tonight, and we did that. And this season has been so up and down for me. It's been the luck side of things that you talked about. I have not had this year, and it seemed to kind of all fall into place in these final 2 laps or 2 races. And what a good time to snap the bad luck streak, huh?
I tell you, man. And how you feel about the Xfinity cars you'll be moving to next season?
I actually don't drive that car very much, so I will be learning as well as trying to do my best in the next season.
Absolutely, man. Anybody else you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I want to shout out first and foremost my stream chat on Glenish. These guys have been riding with me all season long, and they were on in the chat today cheering me on and encouraging me. And I had friends behind me and my teammates at Loose Lug Nuts that were all really working together and help keeping me encouraged and keep me hyped up for this. And, it just, thanks to the Beverleys and putting this league on and letting me come race with them. Cause it hasn't been the most fun every week, but more weeks than not, it has been an absolute blast out here racing with everybody. And I'm absolutely looking forward to carry this into the next season with them.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's so funny when you said that about keeping you hyped up. I can't remember. I was looking at the truck race over the weekend, and there was somebody they were under a caution, and the crew chief eventually told the guy the good job he was doing, and the guy was like, I was waiting for you to say something, and the guy was saying, I didn't want to get you pumped up too much at the beginning of the race.
Sure.
I don't remember who that was, but they were telling somebody was having that conversation and stuff. But I tell you, man, they definitely kept you going, and it didn't hurt your style at all, man. And I tell you, it's been a great season, and I know you can't wait for the next one.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, but we're gonna take it one day at a time. We got a nice off season here, and I got a lot of time to celebrate this thing.
Absolutely, man. Well, congratulations again, and we will see you guys in the next season.
Sounds good. We'll see you.
Okay, we'll see you later, buddy. Okay, folks, boy, I tell you, that is it. The end of another great season there, and let's go ahead and just bring up the finishing order here. And if we can get that here, let's see. And if I can find it, there we go. And there we go. Okay. And Charles Van Schaik, congratulations to him again on that race win. First one of the season. Hey, even if it's the last race of the season, doesn't matter. A win's a win. Joe Yates, your championship winner, comes in second. Jody Banfield third. Mark Beverly fourth. Dougie Higgins Jr. in the fifth position. Nicholas Lawrence sixth. Seventh, Jesse Calloway. Bill Hales eighth. Evan Schilling ninth. John Sciolino rounds out the top 10. Then we have Tyler Beverly 11th. Rick LePage 12th. Kevin Kevin Winker 13th, Haas Beverly 14th. Eric Hagel finished in 15th position, with Jesse Wise rounding out the field in 16th. And another big shout out to Race Control, Cody Talendi. Boy, folks, it has been an awesome season, and thank you as always for joining us here on Race Motorsports TV. So for all of us here, we want to wish you a pleasant evening, and we will see you next season.